What's up guys, it's Fox13 here, and today I have an unboxing of the Cooler Master Elite Black 430, or Cooler Master Elite 430 Black case. There we go. So obviously this is not the case, these are computer towers, or monitors, I don't know what's up with my words today, but if I go ahead and do this, badoom, there is the case in all its hugeness. Don't worry, the color will be fixed, and I will be zooming out. Not in, out. Yes, so let's go ahead and get into this unboxing. Alright, so here's the case in all of its glory inside of the box. So, an overview of the case is that it has two USB 2.0 ports, mic and headphone jack up here, Elite logo, blue 120mm fan, and yeah, it's from Los Angeles, apparently. And if I go ahead and turn it around, you get some more glimpses of the case. And here's what's on the back of the box. So on the back here, it does say it is a tool-free optical disc drive, easy access front I/O, rear retaining holes for water cooling, even though you have to drill them out, which is kind of strange. 7 expansion slots for PCI, tool-free hard disk drive, all interior black coating, which is really nice. They do this on all the high-end cases. They chemical or powder coat the inside and paint it all black instead of having it silver. And down here, dust-free filters on bottom and top intakes, bottom-mounted power supply, supports long graphics cards, and has a long transparent side window. So it has all of the good parts of a really expensive $100-ish case with the price of a $50 case. So right now this is on rebate and sale from Newegg for like 30 bucks. I picked it up for 15. I won't tell you guys where, but I picked it up for 15. So yeah, the main thing that makes this case really cheap and half the price is that they literally use half the metal. The thickness of the case is literally half of what a normal thickness is. But you can see this is a pretty big case. It's a mid-tower case. This is my hand. I have a pretty big hand. This is a knife. This is a phone. So the phone that's pretty darn big. Okay, so let's go ahead and start taking off this tape at the top here. And slice that on open, and okay, they put a lot of tape on this top part. I'm gonna have to take off the sides for the very first time in some ridiculous manner. There we go. Oh, gotta keep going all the way this time. Okay, so oh, there we go. There's the top of it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the box so you guys can see all of it, because right now it's just in the box, and that is the box. Alright, so here's the case out of the box. Let's go ahead and take off this styrofoam. And there we go. Styrofoam off the top. And the bottom here. Yes. So yes, this case is extremely light compared to normal really heavy, full thickness metal cases. So I'm gonna throw that over there. Alright, so how does this come out of this little... Oh, alright, there you go. Comes out like so. This top part. Aha! There we go. Everything is off. Here is the nice see-through panel, and sorry about the light reflecting off of it, but it is nice and see-through as long as you take this off. So let's go ahead and flip it around to the front. So, alright, my camera is a bit high here, but the front has USB 2.0, USB 2.0, a cutout for a FireWire, even though it doesn't have it, and headphone and audio. So, sorry, headphone and mic. So those two are not gold plated. You can't really expect too much, being that it is, as I said, $30. So let's go ahead and move down. So moving down the case, here are your 5 1/4 inch drives, 2 3.5 inch drives, the power and reset buttons right on there, and here's your power and hard drive indicator, Cooler Master logo right here, and your blue 120mm fan right up in the front. Let's go ahead and flip this on to the other side. Nothing on this side, though There is one bad thing about this case, which I will go into a little bit later. Now on to the back. There is a cutout for a 120 or 140, I believe, mil fan in the back. You will have to install that manually. Motherboard I/O cutout right here, and right up here are the water cooling grommets that you can cut out yourself. I don't know who would water cool on this, but I mean, if you're going to spend money on water cooling, buy a better case. Also, it's got 7 PCI expansion slots on the bottom. These are one-time use. Once you pop them out, they stay out for good. A little con there. And down here is your power supply mounting hole. And it's got thumb screws to remove the sides. Let's go ahead and look at the top of the case. Whoops, just bumped into my current computer. So it's got 2 holes for 120 mils, and it's filtered right in the middle. And before things start falling and breaking, let's go to the bottom of this case. So on the bottom of this case, you have the ventilation, or sorry, the filtering for the bottom mounted power supply, as well as a 120 mil fan on the bottom. It does have these rubber grommets to raise it off of the ground, although they are really slippery and don't expect it to do too well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to remove this front panel here, even though I have no idea how it comes off. Yeah, I'm not sure how this pops off actually. I'll read the manual, but for now, let's go ahead and remove this nice side panel you have here. So I did move my camera back a little bit, just drop that screw right there. So on the side panel itself, it does have a cutout for a 120 mil fan. Go ahead and zoom in on that for you guys. So as I said before, it does have ventilation for a 120 mil fan and the mounting ports. And in the back, it does have this nice bent piece of metal in order to remove it a lot easier. So inside of that, pretty standard. Now, here is the Elite Black 430 manual that tells you how to install things, etc., etc. So inside, you can see it supports micro ATX and ATX only, no ITX in here. Here are your screws and etc. It does have a little tiny zip tie, or it's twisty tie. Okay, don't need a knife there. Alright, so it's got your motherboard standoffs in here, as well as a couple zip ties, and a speaker cable in case you wanted to post. So it's got lots and lots of screws in here, because even though it is toolless, you only get three-ish toolless designs for your hard drives and 2 for your optical drives. Though, as I said before, the case is perfectly black on the inside, which is really nice. So, as you can see, the case also has a cutout for your CPU heatsink right here. And if you do notice, the hard drives are going this way instead of this way compared to standard, more expensive cases. So you do have a little bit of a problem there, though it's not too bad. So the optical drive bays are literally open, and you can pull these things out if you want to change them. If not, you can just leave them in here and go back into the lock. Line these holes up. Line those, whoops. Okay, epic fail mode right now. Line the holes up. You can fit it. Oh geez. Okay, this is not my favorite locking mechanism, as you can already see. I do like the NZXT ones. They're extremely simple and they don't come off on you. These somehow stay on. Okay, I'll figure that out later. But also inside here, behind your optical ports, or sorry, not optical ports, optical drives, you do have your front panel connectors. And as soon as this twisty tie comes off, I can go ahead and show it to you guys. Whoops, twisty tie got stuck in. Alright, so here are your front panel connectors. You have your, I believe this is USB 2.0 connectors right here, your HD audio connectors right here, and your AC97 audio here. And behind here is the Molex connector for the front fan. Alright, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hard drives, and these should act the same. You pull them out and they unlock, you pull them in and they lock. This is a little bit easier. And you have this little mini one for these top ports, which are, I'm guessing, maybe for SSDs, but I'm not entirely sure. So also in here you have your 120mm fan, and it is blue LED as I said before. So if you go ahead and move on over to the left, you can see that it's got this little piece of metal, these pieces of metal, and 2 rubber grommets on the bottom to put your power supply in place. So now I can go ahead and pull off the other side for you guys. Alright, so I had to get a screwdriver for that, but here we go. Pulling off the other side just as easy. So here is the major problem with this case. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. So this case, oh, there goes my HP's computer's case. Alright, so this case has literally 0 room for cable management. So as you can see, here is the motherboard panel, and there's no room at all for cables. Here is the door. My finger cannot even fit inside there. This side does have a little bit more room. My fingers can barely fit inside here, as well as the top, and there is a little bit room on the bottom. So your entire cables management system is going to be literally right in here. So here are the other cables that I forgot to mention. Your hard drive lights, power, and etc. right up here on this side. These are not as fancy. And in here you also have your fan header. It is currently connected to a Molex converter in case you wanted to use a Molex. But if you do have a fan header, go ahead and use the fan header because this will not run it at 100% speed all the time. So yeah, that's about it for this case, guys. I am going to be building a computer in here, so let's see how the cable management goes. But that's it for the overview, guys. Size 13, signing out. Peace.